Okay, so I'm filming this on my lunch break and I'm a bit discombobulated, and I will explain where I've been basically. So after my last video, I got to a stage where I was in quite a bad victim narrative. I posted my last video, it got 38 views. I'd kind of given up really with YouTube. I kind of thought, that is it. We're gonna stop. We need to take a break. I'd got into a state where I couldn't really see the way out. So in the end, I ended up taking that video down, and I'd given up hope with the universe helping me out. And I even mentioned in that video, I say, look, I'm doing all these things, these people, I'm helping people. Can you not just give me a bit of luck back in return? And the day after I posted that video, I got accepted into my dream flat. I'd kind of given up on people. I kind of thought, well, that's it. There aren't any nice people left in the world. That's it. And I kept thinking, why are all these bad things happening to me? And I got this flat, and basically I said to myself, if I could have a dream flat, what would you like if money wasn't an option? And I said to myself, well, ideally I'd like a second bedroom that I could turn into a potential podcast room and just have some extra space, because for me, space has been a problem, and I didn't really realise until I started moving, like getting ready to move, how much space impacted on my depression. The fact that I couldn't get away from neighbours, I couldn't get away from people, I didn't have the space. So I said I would like 2 bedrooms. I'm not going to get 2 bedrooms, but I would like it. And that's what I wanted. Not manifested, that's what I wanted. And to cut a long story short, I'm able to move. And that is the reason I haven't been on YouTube for a while, is because I have been preparing to move house. And honestly, it has taken so much out of me. It's taken every ounce of strength that I had left inside me to move. And, well, we're 2 minutes in crying. I'm not going to cry. But basically, because I was depressed, I couldn't move, and I've been so up and down these last couple of months. I've been switching from like crying to like dancing to Taylor Swift, because I just couldn't see a way out of my issues, and I thought that I would never move unless I found someone. And you would cry. But the good news is I've actually managed to move without finding a boyfriend, and I'm really proud of myself that I've done it on my own. Oh God, I didn't want to cry. The only reason I'm moving is because basically someone's been really kind and they're letting me have their flat for less than market value, and didn't think there were any kind people left in the world. My flat was really mouldy and stuff, and I'm able to move, so yeah, really happy that I'm able to move. Oh, don't cry into the mic, that's gonna ruin it. I want this to be a happy video because I want to show people that there is always a way out. No matter what you're going through, there's always a way out. And I felt really down because of my surroundings and where I was, and I felt really helpless, but there was a way out. I hated feeling so alone, and I hated feeling that no one could help me, and honestly, I wanted to move into the city, but I couldn't afford it. It just wasn't feasible. And sometimes in life, you just have to be pragmatic and think, I can't afford what I want, so I have to be pragmatic. And I realised that I couldn't move into the city. So I'm moving near my parents, and I think it'll be much better for me because I will be near my parents and I'll be near my brother and I won't be as lonely. It really took the pandemic to make me realise how much I needed other people and how much I like being around other people, and and I wanted to go into the office more, but there's no point because people aren't in there. People are working from home. The world has changed. People work from home now. And I had to accept that I couldn't rely on people at work to fill my social needs. I needed to fulfill my own social needs out of work. So that's why I'm moving near my family. And also, I've moved away from my family since 22 and they're not getting any younger. And I want to be near my family now they're getting older, and then I can help them. And the balance is shifting now, whereas before my parents were all about me. You notice as you get older the balance kind of shifts and you have to be there more for your parents, and I can feel that balance will shift as well, where it's nice to be able to help my mum and dad do things. But also I realised that I needed help too. Like even now it's like moving, having to do everything. I realised how much I need people around to help me. Honestly, it's been such an emotional experience because I've been here 6 years and the first 2 years were fine. Then we had 2 years of the pandemic, which is just obviously awful. And then the 2 years now where I've been actively trying to leave and trying to find a way out where I didn't think there was a way out. I don't know what it is, like fate or the universe like has really helped and given me a chance. And the place I'm moving into, it's just really nice and it's really airy. And I also had a massive argument with my neighbour where I just lost control of him and just was like shouting because he's been loud for like 5-6 years. And I tried the nicey approach. I tried the knocking on the door. I tried talking to him. I tried like nice letters and it just wouldn't work. And I just ended up like screaming at him, shouting through the letterbox, swearing at him. And I just realised that I had to go, and I couldn't blame my neighbour for the inaction that I felt in my own life and the unhappiness. I mean, obviously him being loud was obviously not helping, but I realised that I was ultimately taking it out on my neighbour, my complete lack of control. And that's why I think I'm going to put my other video up, because I want to show people that if you are going through a dark time, you can get out of it. And I had to get out of it personally myself. I couldn't rely on anyone else to get out of it. It's something that I had to do, and I had to dig deep, and I had to think, if you want to move, like you're going to have to move. And I think I started energetically clearing out. And I said before that so what I did is I started clearing and packing before I actually got the house. And I think in some weird way that probably helped, the fact that I was getting rid of stuff before it. I don't know, maybe it energetically helped. And this flat had been on the books for quite a while, and I'd always look it and I'd like always really want this flat but think I couldn't afford it. And then a friend of a friend said, look, we can't rent this flat out, we can't find anyone for this flat. It's like, no shit, people can't afford flats anymore, so the landlord will drop the price for you because they know so and so and they know you're not going to trash it. Are you interested? And I was like, yes I am interested. And that's the only reason I've been able to move. Like, I've been trying to move for years, haven't been able to financially. I thought YouTube was possibly going to be the way out of my financial situation. I had all these big dreams that I'd be monetized and that would help me out and that I'd move. But in a weird kind of way, it wasn't YouTube. that helped me out. It was just knowing the right people. And as I get older, I've kind of realised that it's not what you know, it's who you know. Networking is the only way to succeed in life, is to put yourself in a place where you can network with the right people. Opportunities don't land on your lap, and I realised quite quickly it wasn't going to be about talent. It wasn't going to be about how good I was. It wasn't going to be about shooting in 4K. It was going to be about knowing the right people and putting myself in that position and creating the transition myself, where I could get to a point that I could control my own destiny. I really want to show people that the change does come from within. And I waited so long trying to find a boyfriend because I had this idea of finding a boyfriend and then I could move in with him or get a flat with him and then everything would be perfect. But for me, life didn't work out that way. I had to move first and find my dream flat first. And these past 2 months, I haven't even been on any dating apps. I've been so focused on moving and stressful and cleaning that I haven't really thought about boys, because there's no space in my life for a boy at the moment while I'm moving. But even like little things, like I wouldn't buy decent furniture because I thought, well, I'll be moving soon or finding someone. And then when that didn't happen, I just realised I'd been wasting a lot of my life and putting a lot of my life on hold because I was waiting for this relationship that wasn't happening or didn't happen. But I just kind of got a lot of tower moments, and a lot of you probably won't be into tarot at all. But a tower moment in tarot is when you don't make a decision. The universe will put something in your pathway that means you have to make a decision. And I kept getting a lot of tower moments, like the mould in my flat, the noisy neighbours. Like the universe was just making it really difficult for me to be where I was in this moment. And I just decided for me that I had to go. And for one reason or another, luckily, things have happened and I am moving. And this will be the last video in this flat, and it is, like I say, it's such an emotional experience because I was here during the pandemic. This is where I started the channel. This will always be the place, no matter what happens, this will always be the place where I started my channel and my dream. So it holds a lot of emotion, and it was the time where I decided that enough was enough and I couldn't keep blaming my life on other people and society. I had to just do what I could and think, you can start a channel. Yeah, it's going to be hard because you don't have a fucking celebrity boyfriend, but last year was pretty shit. I mean, everyone I liked didn't want to be with me. Everyone I asked out didn't want to be with me. It was just an horrendous time. Everyone I got close to didn't want to be with me. And I'm now, I think I'm going to call this the transition or something along those lines. And I had the idea of making it a trilogy that I could always look back on and I could think, you did it, you moved, you did it yourself. Like, well done. And if you can do that, you can do anything. And by Christ, I've done so much cleaning. That's why I put it off for so long. Like, I didn't want to move because I know how shitty it is. And I honestly wanted the easy option. I wanted the easy option of finding a boyfriend, moving in with a boyfriend, and not having to deal with all that crap. But for some reason, that's not my path yet. And for some reason, I have to be single for a bit longer. And I don't know why, but it's just the way it is. But for some reason, I don't know, God or whatever wants me to do this on my own. So that's what I'm doing. And I'll be near my parents, so I'll be leaving this crappy commuter town, which is dead end. And also I'll be leaving the town where the narcissist that I talked about on my channel lives, and I've forgotten about him long ago, but I don't want the option of him finding me or bumping into me. I need a clean break where nobody knows me, where there's a new dating pool, new men, new opportunities. At the end of the day, if you can't find anyone, you have to switch up what you're doing. You can't keep blaming society, you can't keep blaming porn or whatever. If you're not meeting anyone, you have to move and you have to put yourself into a situation where you can find men. So that's what I'm doing. I'm moving into a new town where there'll be new possibilities and new options, and hopefully I'll meet someone that way. Thank you for everyone that stuck by me, because I know my channel isn't always an easy channel to watch. It's not rainbows and unicorns. I know that's my name, but it's not rainbows and unicorns, and it's not like a fucking bikini haul try on, like, oh look at me, look how hot I am. It's not that type of channel. It's deeper, and hopefully you get a lot from it. I hope some people get a lot from it. That's why I'm just a bit like crying all the time. It's just, this is such an emotional time for me, and I just keep crying. I just don't know what's wrong with me. I think once I move it'll be better, and it'll all be done and it'll all be over. So this is goodbye from this flat where it all began, and I'll see you in the new flat, and take care everyone. Thanks for listening. See you soon.